Well, good morning. My name is Ed Garza, and we're here live at Coffee Grounds, and we are talking to very special business owners and nonprofit organizations as well. I am the Vice President of Marketing of the Hub Market, and I am here with Robin Bennett. Robin Bennett is the founder and CEO of Robin's Haven of Hope. Now, your concentration, as I understand it, Robin, is in the aspect of helping educate and
Yes.
helping people stand up and speak out about hepatitis.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about how your organization got started.
Okay. Robin's Haven of Hope was founded by myself, Robin Bennett, and it was founded to educate the African American community about a silent killer, which is hepatitis C. This disease is plaguing our community in large numbers, especially our youth. I aim to educate, bring awareness and prevention about this disease, especially with the tattooing, body piercing, uh, nail shops, things like that. Not so much the IV drug use, but the tattooing.
The tattoo it helps contribute to the problem because of unsanitary uses of needles,
Yes.
um, especially in certain demographics. So that's what your whole point is to educate
Yes.
people in regards to that. So tell us about your organization. Do you have a board, nonprofit organization?
I'm a nonprofit organization. I have a board, but I'm a community liaison for the Texas Liver Coalition. By doing that, by being the Texas Liver Coalition community liaison, I'm able to go out and tell them the services that the Texas Liver Coalition has to offer to the African American community.
Tell us, what message would you like to get out here to the general public about your organization? If you had one thing to say, and not just one thing, but if you had one or two points to make, and you never had the opportunity to tell this audience again, what one thing would you want them to know about your organization?
I want them to know that there's free testing at my organization. If you have Hep C, if you think you was exposed to Hep C, there's a place to go. You can come to Robin's Haven of Hope, and I can direct you to the Texas Liver Coalition, and you can get free testing. There is help for you. It's not a needless cause.
Okay.
There's a way that you can get help.
Okay. Give us a little information, and what are some of the things people can do to help prevent? And obviously there's a lot of fear, I imagine, with people that even being around somebody with hepatitis. So can you dispel some of the common myths about hepatitis and ways to get infected, ways you can't get infected? Give us a little bit of information that could help possibly ease the fear in people's minds about the disease.
Okay, first of all, Hep C, you can get it through, if you share a razor with someone, it's really basically blood to blood.
Okay.
When I say blood to blood, say for instance, you cut yourself, I have Hep C, and my blood touches your blood to blood. If you had a blood transfusion before 1992,
Okay.
being careful at the nail shops, because when you're at the nail shop and they're doing pedicures and they're using those little things and they're not sterilizing them very well, then if they don't clean the instruments good and the next client come up, they can catch it like that. Okay, needle sharing, which I know, people who IV drug users, if they share needles, you can get it like that. Tattooing is my really, really main focus because it's about the youth. When they're tattooing, they use that needle, and then they finish with me. If I have Hep C, that needle isn't sterile. Then they do you have Hep C. Then they do the next person. It's like a domino effect. It keeps going on and on.
Right.
You gotta go blood to blood to get Hep C.
Okay. All right. Talk about some of the other type of hepatitis.
Okay,
that we're
so
talking.
then like Hep C, there is one thing I really, really want to let you know. Hep C is 4 times more prevalent than HIV and 10 times more infectious. They are co-infectors too. No one ever tells you hardly that HIV and Hep C are co-infectors. If you got HIV, most likely you'll have Hep C too. You have both diseases. But you'll live with HIV because you're going to get the care within 7 days with HIV. But with Hep C, you're going to die because it's your liver and there's no place. They're not telling people, well, you need to be referred over to the liver center. They don't get care for Hep C, but they get the care for HIV.
Okay.
So it's like a tag disease.
Okay.
And the ways that to prevent it is not to tattoo. Now this is just my way of saying it because it's blood to blood.
Yes.
Doing things that would put you at risk, anything that breaks break your skin is blood to blood. So I would say not to tattoo. If you do, unless that parlor is strictly clean and those instruments are sterile and they take them out the packet. That's one way, but I'm just totally against it in all
Being
ways.
good common sense.
Yes.
And thinking before you go into a place.
Yes.
And paying attention
Yes.
on what's around you, right? I mean,
Yes,
that's really
That's right.
good prevention.
That's right.
I mean, hepatitis C has no barriers to age,
No.
no barriers to social class,
No.
no barriers to anything. There are no barriers, period,
No.
from young youth to older adults.
Yes.
So being vigilant and diligent it becomes very, very important.
Yes, sir. And there's one other thing that I really want to emphasize on too that I want to put out in the public. Obesity is a very serious problem. Now, with obesity comes fatty liver.
Right.
That's not Hep C, but that's all in the same family. Liver disease has a big family,
Yes.
a lot of relatives like I do,
Right.
a lot of relatives. So having a fatty liver and the obesity rate is up sky high.
Yes.
So, and they got a program that's coming on television, and just so happened the young lady says, now I'm dealing with liver disease because she's overweight, and so that becomes a problem too. So it's just not so much Hep C, it's a liver disease, in general.
Tell us some of the things that we could do to. I know there are a lot of great liver cleansing programs out there proactively that people can participate in. Are you familiar with any cleansing
No,
programs?
I don't know about any cleansing programs. No, sir. I just really strictly deal with Texas Liver Coalition and getting people the help they need.
Well, your
and
liver's
getting them in care.
your filter to everything
Yeah.
that you put in your body.
Yes, and if you lose that, that's where the trouble starts at.
Right.
And it's as big as a football too.
Yeah.
It's the largest organ in your body.
Very good. Tell us how we can get a hold of you. What's your website? How can people
Okay.
learn more about your organization?
Okay, how you can reach me is at robinshavenofhope@yahoo.com, and you can reach me on my Facebook too. And if you have any questions, you can feel free to call me at this number, area code 281-546-1327.
Very good. Well, it's been a pleasure getting to know your organization a little bit. If you want to learn any information about this organization, or if you have any family members that are suffering from hepatitis or hepatitis C, then this would be a great organization for you to get involved with. Or perhaps you've lost someone to that horrible disease and you feel passionate about helping Robin, then let's give her a call. Let's help her out. Thank you very much. My name is Ed Garza with the Hub Market, a one-stop marketing firm. We'll be back in just 1 minute.